In the sun-scorched Nevada desert, where the wind whispers through jagged canyons like a dying breath, lies Blackrock Hollow. They say the ground there doesn't just hide bones. It hides sins. And every ounce of gold you pull from its depths comes with a price far heavier than its weight. Sarah Caldwell stood at the edge of the massive excavation pit, hard hat tilted against the blinding sun, watching excavators claw through layers of rock and red earth. Her crew had been digging for 8 months on what was supposed to be a routine archaeological salvage operation before a new lithium mine moved in. But something was wrong. The deeper they went, the more human remains they found, old, twisted, and far too many. Her phone buzzed in her pocket. She already knew who it was. "Dr. Ramirez," Sarah answered, voice tight. "Tell me you have good news." The doctor's pause said everything. "Lily's tumors are progressing faster than we anticipated. The experimental treatment protocol has to start within the next 2 weeks, Sarah, or we lose the window. The total is $380,000 upfront."
"I'm sorry."
Sarah closed her eyes. Her 10-year-old daughter was fighting stage 4 neuroblastoma back in Reno, and every day Sarah spent out here in this godforsaken hole was another day closer to saying goodbye. "I'll get the money," she whispered, "one way or another." That night, after the crew had packed up and the desert sky burned blood red, Sarah couldn't sleep in her trailer. She stepped outside for air and saw it. A faint, unnatural gleam coming from a section of freshly exposed rock near the pit wall. She grabbed a crowbar and pried away a chunk of stone. 2 gleaming gold coins tumbled out, heavy and warm, as if they'd been waiting for her specifically. Spanish colonial markings. Old. Too old. She bit one. Real. The metallic taste flooded her mouth like forbidden fruit. For the first time in months, Sarah smiled. She told no one. The very next day she convinced her supervisor, Tom Hargrove, that the site was a bust. Just native remains and disappointment. No major historical value. Tom, exhausted and under pressure from corporate, agreed. Within 48 hours, the entire operation was shut down. Machines, crew, and trailers vanished from Blackrock Hollow, leaving only silence and holes in the earth. Sarah sold the 2 coins through a shady contact in Las Vegas. The $420,000 wired into her account felt like salvation. Lily's treatment began immediately. For 3 weeks, Sarah stayed by her daughter's side in the hospital, watching color slowly return to the little girl's cheeks. The doctors were optimistic. For the first time since her divorce, Sarah felt like she could breathe. Then the nightmares started. And the marks. It began with a small black patch on the side of her neck, dry, leathery, like rotting hide. She covered it with makeup and told herself it was stress. One night, while Lily slept in the next room, Sarah heard slow footsteps inside her Reno townhouse. She grabbed a kitchen knife and crept through the dark. Nothing. Then something cold brushed the back of her arm. She spun around. It was only Lily, sleepy and asking for water. But on the hallway wall behind where her daughter had stood was a dirty handprint, made of what looked like grave soil. The patches spread. Arms, shoulders, back. Her skin was dying while she was still breathing. Doctors were baffled. One specialist suggested aggressive dermatological surgery at a cost of over $250,000. Sarah knew where she had to go. She returned to Blackrock Hollow under a moonless sky, carrying tools, lights, and a hunger that scared even her. She dug like a woman possessed until her hands bled. Hours later, the ground gave way. A hidden chamber opened beneath the pit. The sight inside stole her breath. Piles of Spanish gold, coins, jewels, crucifixes, a crumbling royal carriage, and weapons. A fortune beyond imagination. In the center lay a shattered stone sarcophagus, empty. Sarah stepped closer and froze. An ancient mirror, cracked but reflective, showed her reflection. And the spreading rot across her left cheek, exactly matching the decaying skin on the thing that now rose behind her. It had once been human. Now it was mostly blackened, stretched leather over bones, except where Sarah's own patches had formed. In those places, the creature's skin looked healthy, fresh, stolen. It smiled with Sarah's stolen lips. Days later, Sarah sat in a plastic surgery consultation in Las Vegas, scarf wrapped around her face, body now more than half covered in the creeping necrosis. The doctor kept glancing at her with poorly hidden horror. "I can try to excise the affected tissue," the surgeon said, "but this is unlike anything I've seen. It's almost aggressive, like it's replacing you." "I'll pay whatever it takes," Sarah begged. "Just fix me." The night before the scheduled surgery, Sarah's old supervisor Tom Hargrove called her. "You sounded desperate on the phone. Sent me the coordinates. I'm here at Blackrock."
Jesus Christ, Sarah.
"There's more gold down here than in Fort Knox. I'm taking samples. We can split it. We'll both be set for life." "Tom, don't touch anything," she whispered, voice cracking. "You don't understand. It's not just gold. It's alive. It wants." The call dropped. Back in the operating room the next morning, Sarah lay on the table as anesthesia took hold. The last thing she saw was the surgeon's gloved hands, and the same rotting patches beginning to show beneath the cuffs of her surgical gown. Meanwhile, deep in Blackrock Hollow, Tom stuffed gold into duffel bags, eyes wild with greed. He didn't hear the chamber seal behind him. He didn't see the desiccated figure wearing Sarah's face step out from the shadows until it was too late. Invisible forces slammed him against the rock wall. Bones cracked. His screams echoed through the hollow as the creature peeled his healthy skin with loving care, adding it to its growing collection. Weeks later, a woman who looked exactly like Sarah Caldwell, healthy, beautiful, smiling, walked out of Blackrock Hollow carrying several heavy bags. She drove straight to the hospital in Reno. Lily's eyes lit up when she saw her mother. "Mommy, you look all better." The new Sarah kissed her daughter's forehead with cold lips. "I found a way to fix everything, sweetheart. Everything." Back in the desert, the real Sarah, now little more than a screaming, skinless consciousness trapped inside a decaying shell, lay motionless in the dark chamber, watching with hollow eyes as her own body walked away with her daughter and her life. The gold remained, and Blackrock Hollow waited patiently for the next soul desperate enough to dig. What would you do if the cure for your child's terminal illness required digging up something that wanted to wear your face? Drop a like if this one made your skin crawl, comment your biggest fear down below, and subscribe to Eerie Narratives with notifications on. Because the desert still has many more secrets, and they're all listening. Sweet dreams.